Here we go. This is key.
Welcome back to another episode of the Artist Access. I am your host, Siraj Rich God. I'm Pooh Akhenaten Hotep, and we are back with another phenomenal show. We are coming off of our first Artist Access experience, which was a phenomenal show. We had a packed house. All of the artists was phenomenal. It was a beautiful night, man. But we here with some dope artists today, who hopefully they'll be on the next Artist Access experience, right? So my first guest of the day is a poet who I've seen do her thing at the Poetry Lounge. I've been checking her out on her Instagram page, and she is phenomenal, right? So we are here with none other than Miss Centel Glow. How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, good to
How are
see
you?
you. I'm great, man. I have no complaints.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing good too.
So we were talking earlier. We're gonna get into that name right quick. So how did you come up with this name, Centel Glow? What's the meaning behind that?
It's actually my middle name.
Centel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, growing up, I didn't really like my first name, so I just kind of took the persona of my middle name.
Okay.
And I've been going.
What's
by
your first
that.
name? What's your first name?
Lakita.
Okay.
Lakita. So yeah.
So when you meet people, you say people, my name is Centel.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like Lakita?
I mean, it's okay now.
You kind of, as you got older, it's cool now.
Yeah,
huh?
but people have been calling me Centel for so long, so now when they say Lakita, it's just weird.
Right.
And I forget that they're talking to me.
Okay. And so that's your artist name.
Mm-hmm.
Centel
Yes,
Glow.
Centel Glow.
And so I get where the glow come from. You be shining, huh? You out
I
here
do.
shining?
Yeah, so actually my last name is Gallo, so
Okay.
it's G Low.
Yeah.
But I incorporated Glow because I do be shining, you know.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I call myself a sunflower, you know.
Yeah. I see the sunflower. I see it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what's up, man. So when I moved out here, my artist name was my first name and my middle name, which is Siraj Rakim, right? So at the like last year, I changed it to Siraj Rich King, right? But then I heard the divine self tell me, nah, you gotta go a little higher than King, right? So I became Siraj Rich God at the top of this year.
nice.
It's like I made my name my affirmation on something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's pretty cool.
Trying to create that wealth in my life, you know, or more of it. You feel me?
That's right.
Yeah, because
And
you know words are powerful, right?
They are. They
Yeah.
are. They really are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been having to remember that, to speak life, and just making sure that I am speaking things that are affirming, not even just over myself, but over my daughter, and you know, just people that are around me, not the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's actually been helping so much, you know, because it's been a long like 5 to 6 months.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah.
But I'm here. Yeah. Sorry about that.
You good?
I'm here.
So so are you from H-Town, Houston?
I'm from around the way. I was born here, but I grew up in Cali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Grew up in Cali. I moved back when I was probably like 9, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
So how did you meet poetry, or how did poetry meet you?
Yeah. So around the time when I moved back, I went through so much as a child. And I feel like I have always felt like my voice was stripped. Like I didn't have an opportunity to use it. Something happened in my classroom, my school classroom, when I was 5. And I remember telling my teacher about it, and she just kept saying, go sit down, like it didn't matter. So I never told my mom what happened. So I just basically felt like, you know, my words didn't matter. My words had no power. People didn't want to hear them. But I still needed to get it out. So writing became a way for me to express myself because, I don't know, I think after that, I spoke and I, communicated, but it was hard because I was really like in my head, like it doesn't really matter, so words were my communication on paper. So when people would ask me questions or, just being able to communicate, it was so hard for me to articulate and be able to find the words verbally. But I could tell you all day when it comes to
putting it on people. Yeah. I see, we were talking earlier about the chakras. That would be that throat chakra being imbalanced, whatnot. But yeah, see, it's like them energies is real, and it's like once you understand that, and you start to connect with those energies and do the proper things to get them back in alignment. So you did something because you didn't hit that stage. Like, so what was the point to where you started? You went from writing it to say it's time for me to get on stage and perform this thing. I gotta tell it now.
So at my church, they were hosting this like the word spoken, and I've always written in journals. I had never shared any of my poetry. I remember my auntie had found my journal one day, and she like just violated me because she read all my stuff and was so excited coming up to me. Yes, like I feel like
personal, huh? Like yeah.
Because it was already hard for me to express. So those were very sacred things that I held onto that I didn't want to share. So to have somebody just open up your world and like inhale your words for you and then come back with a happy face like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. No, so it took me, a while to kind of express that to her like, that wasn't right.
Right.
But anyways, so 2009, I stood on the stage for the first time.
You remember what it was at?
I was scared out of my boots.
What else was that?
It was at this church I used to attend.
Okay.
And yeah.
How was that experience? How was that?
It was scary.
After it was scary? I'm talking about like after. Did you feel like a weight lift off you a little bit?
Was scary.
No? Okay.
It was so scary. I think because it was a vulnerable thing, you know what I mean? Like I'm letting people into my life, those things that I don't talk about. So it was scary. Right. But it's like the more that I did it, I was like, okay, this is fine. It's okay. Like nobody's going to take the words and hang me with them. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been on the scene since then. I've been like in and out. Honestly, I would show up and then run away and hide. But I think like the last couple of years, I've really just been on the scene and like really just being out here because I know now that it's bigger than me.
Oh yeah.
It's like healing for others. It's healing for myself.
There you go.
And it's necessary. And if anybody's going to tell my story, it should be me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's why I made this show, created this show. That's why I do what I do as a poet. Is I'm on stage. I want other people. I believe everybody got a story to tell. Everybody got something within them that's given from God. That we are not here to keep it and hold it for ourselves. It ain't just for you. It's to share it, right?
I remember having the analogy of, having a birthday cake. It's like you have your birthday cake, it's your birthday, but then you bring the cake out, everybody sings happy birthday, but then you don't want to share the cake. It's just like, make it make sense.
Right.
I just feel like a lot of times we go through things and we feel like we're the only ones in that tornado, and that's not true.
Yeah. Right.
So, like I said, the more that I got out and the more that I shared my heart and shared, the things that I was dealing with, I would have people come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, I've been there too. Thank you so much for sharing. And it's good to see that you're on this side, So that's just my heart, honestly, like just to be vulnerable, to heal out loud, to, allow people to see just what walking it looks like, because it's not always a cakewalk. It's not always easy, but it's doable, and you get up to fight another day. You get up to keep going. And I'm taking everybody with me, because I feel like I don't want to leave nobody in the pits or leave anybody in the darkness feeling like they're by themselves, because they're not. Right. Regardless of how you feel, you're not by yourself.
Right.
So.
Right.